Hey, what's up? I'm Jace Diehl. How can you start a Disney cartoon? Well, there's two ways. Get an agent, do some auditions, and hope for the best, or ride the brand new ride Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway right behind me. I talked to an expert on these two paths to cartoon stardom, the legendary voice of Goofy, formerly known as Bill Farmer. Thanks for joining me, Bill.
Oh, thanks for joining me. It's a delight to see you again.
So we're here to talk about Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, the new Disney World ride. And on the ride, the concept is that you go into an animated short film and become a cartoon character. So let's go back and talk about how you literally became a cartoon character, how you became Goofy. How did that happen?
Well, I've always been Goofy, but professionally.
Of course, yes.
It started actually 33 years ago.
Wow.
On January 23rd of 87, as if that's an important date.
Well, it is now. It's
iconic.
Yeah,
it is.
It's legendary.
33 years.
Yeah.
And I had my 33rd anniversary party at Club 33. Well, very appropriate.
Can't get better than that.
But no, it seems like I've been with Goofy longer than without Goofy. But the audition process was surprisingly straightforward and kind of mundane. My agent, I'd just moved to LA about 4 months before. My agent said, "Do you do any of the cartoon characters? Do you do like Mickey and any Disney characters?" And I said, "Well, I can kind of do a Mickey Mouse, because most people can do a Mickey Mouse if they can do a falsetto." And I go, "Gosh, oh boy." That's all I could do.
I think that sounds perfect.
And Donald Duck I couldn't do. Oh boy. That's all I can do is Donald. Goofy.
I think you could play all three, honestly.
All things, but I can't maintain it, and that's the hardest part. But gosh, Goofy just kind of came natural.
What's wrong with the way I look?
They don't say, "You are now the voice of Goofy forever." No, it was for one job. I didn't know how big a deal it would become. I didn't know if I'd ever get to do it again or what the deal was, but they used me. They, about another month, they called me again and again and again, and now about 3,500 shows in, I'm still doing it.
It is I, your king!
What I like, his personality is literally in his name.
Yeah, he's goofy, but he's also an eternal optimist. He's good-natured. He's got a lot of great qualities, and he doesn't let life get him down. He falls off a mountain, he gets back up on the mountain and keeps going. Which,
when he falls off of a mountain, you hear that iconic scream.
Which I have to really do loud when I really do it.
Oh, sure.
Blow out the microphone.
Was the yell a part of the audition? Did they ask you to scream?
No, actually it wasn't. It was the hardest part was the laugh. Getting that down to where it was sounded organic was quite difficult.
Can you do the yell at full blast? Like, even if it destroys our microphones, we don't care. Now, how often do you have to do that? Do you have to do it over and over? Or?
I've done it this week twice.
Really?
And so, yes, every time. I don't know why they don't make a library of this stuff, but no, they like a fresh one, and make it shorter, make it longer, we'll put more reverb on it, and so they change it around a little bit.
Go fish, you old maid!
So do you change based on each project, like how you personify Goofy, or is it always the same for you?
The Mickey Mouse shorts, this character right here.
The one in the ride.
He is actually more like Dippy Dog, the original incarnation of Goofy, than the standard Goofy, because he doesn't wear pants in this. He's got a vest, kind of like he did back in 1932. So it's more Dippy Dog than Goofy. He's a little rough around the edges, maybe not quite as smart as the way we play him, a little bit more, rural in nature, and a little more clueless than some of the intonations of Goofy.
Gosh, I can't believe you fellers are taking me to Potato Land, the potato-themed amusement park.
I can't believe it either.
I think one of the most iconic Mickey shorts of the new era is Potato Land.
I get quoted that all the time. Potato Land! Potato Land! Potato Land! And then he hits himself on the head.
Potato Land!
I just love that one, and I feel like it fits perfectly with the new ride, because it's basically like their own version of Disneyland, right?
It's really a takeoff on Disneyland.
Wow! This is the best dream come true ever! Well, come on, fellers! What are we waiting for?
You got to ride the new Mickey and Minnie's
I
Runaway
did.
Railway?
Went down with Paul Rudish, the creator of Mickey
yes.
Mouse Shorts, and we got to ride with the creator on the ride.
And an Imagineer as well?
And Rafferty. I
Oh,
believe,
yes, of course. Yeah,
he
awesome.
designed it, put it all together. This was their baby, those two guys. And I'm riding in the same car with them.
Hey, what's up? I'm Jace Diehl here with Kevin Rafferty, the head of Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. Thank you so much for taking your time to talk.
Thank you, Jace. What a great day. We're open.
Oh, yeah. I just rode it, and honestly, my favorite ride before was Radiator Springs Racers, which
Thank
you were
you.
also a part of, a huge part of.
Wow.
And now it's Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway.
Wow.
So congratulations.
Thank you. You made my day
Oh,
by
awesome.
saying all of that. That's fantastic.
So I got the chance to talk with Bill Farmer, the voice of Goofy,
Yep.
and he talked about how he rode the ride with you and
did.
Paul Rudish.
Yes, it was awesome.
So what was that like, being with the creator of the show and the voice of the main character on the ride?
It was fantastic. I have to tell you, it was a little strange sitting right next to Goofy, watching Goofy.
Yeah,
right?
really.
It was fun. But, you
Yeah.
know, I love those guys. They're dear friends of mine, Paul and Bill and I go back quite a ways. And so it was kind of a celebration, you know. And the attraction was in part inspired by the new series of Mickey cartoon shorts, right,
Yeah.
which Paul Rudish brought to life. And it was inspired by the comedy and the cadence and the music and the off-register art direction and all of that. And of course, you know, the characters with Bill Farmer. And also with some new theatrical tricks and technology we've been perfecting at Imagineering for about a decade that allowed us to kind of take flat, scenic, the world of a cartoon short and extrude it into a dimensional theatrical space and change before your very eyes. And then create an original attraction story, an original attraction song. All the moons were in alignment, and you know there were certain rules that we followed art direction-wise in the attraction to make it believable, because the original one-line pitch for it was, you get to ride inside a Mickey Mouse cartoon short.
So what's it like becoming a cartoon character in this ride? Does it feel like that? Feel like going into one of the shorts?
Yeah, it really does. I mean, visually, it's stunning. You're watching a cartoon. I don't want to give too much away.
Sure, yeah.
But you're watching a Mickey Mouse cartoon. And through some events, you get to actually go into the cartoon.
Wow.
Like almost through the screen, into a train, get on the train that you see in the cartoon in a world inhabited 360, you're in a cartoon. And the train doesn't act like a normal train.
Okay,
The
'cause
cars
it's conducted
come off,
by Goofy, right?
They have a mind. Yeah, they're conducted by Goofy, so you can imagine what happens.
What was it like recording for a ride versus the shorts? Is there any difference?
Not a whole lot, I mean, as far as performance, but we used some of the old microphones to get that 1930s sound.
Yeah, I heard they used the original whistle from Steamboat Willie for the whistle
and
as well.
all of the sound effects in that ride are what are called practical effects. In other words, you know, a fire might be cellophane that you crinkle up. It's something,
Wow.
none of them are digital. It's
I had no
all
idea.
physical things, where a clanking sound is probably real gears that they have a handle on.
Yeah.
Or the whistle is, as I understand it, the original whistle from Steamboat Willie.
Was it what you expected too, recording the voice? Like, what did you imagine, and then versus what actually happened?
You get pictures of kind of what the ride's going to be.
Okay.
And then we're going to go in here, and there's going to be a town, or there's going to be a waterfall, or whatever. And you kind of build the scene in your head, because it's just pictures and drawings, basically. It's more than I expected.
Okay.
It's like, I don't know how they're going to pull this off going into a cartoon, but
Yeah.
they did it beautifully.
Hurry, hurry, hurry! Step right up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls!
There they are! We'll be right down!
And seeing my character kind of be the conductor, and I got to be say all the basic spiel like keep your arms and legs inside the car at all times.
Always remain seated and be sure to keep a watchful eye on your little ones. Okie dokie. Thanks.
So Goofy's the conductor of this ride.
Yes.
If he was going to conduct another famous Disney ride, what do you think he would have the most fun basically destroying?
Gosh, probably Space Mountain. Because it's in the dark. I don't have to look at it.
Perfect, yes. Excellent answer. How many times did you get to ride it, actually?
3 in a row. And
Wow.
it's interesting because the cars of the train come off of the train. They kind of jump the track and go
Wow.
on their own. So you might come back together at the end of the ride. The train kind of reassembles and all the cars line up again, but you may be in a different car. You might have been in the first car behind the engine. Now you're the caboose or the middle of the train. You can never tell. It's different all the time, and it's not. These cars have a mind of their own.
And that's because of Goofy, because of you.
Exactly. There, as I understand it, there are some like what they call Easter eggs to look for. There are things that don't happen all the time. And matter of fact, there's one, and I think it's like someone was telling me the Loch Ness Monster even appears, but only once, like every 6 weeks.
6
It's like
weeks?
just, oh my God, you never know. And I think there's some more things that happen not on a regular basis. And so every time you go on it, it's a little bit different. In the same way, Indiana Jones, you might go in a different route, and the car doesn't make the same kind of moves. This is kind of similar in that regard, but it's like being in a cartoon.
Wow.
Hope you had a relaxing ride around the park, and thanks for sticking with me.
Nothing can stop us now. I'm
Gosh, thanks for watching, everyone, and hope to see you again real soon.